Hello recorders and Pokemon fans, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Steven. Well, in honor of the release of Pokemon Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, I figured I'd look back at my Pokemon gaming history. Well, here's the first shitty news. I unfortunately never had a chance to play Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, or Crystal, which I was still just such a young child at the time of those games and I did not have a Game Boy. But I did have a Nintendo 64, which the first Pokemon game I played on that thing was Pokemon Stadium 2. Like, I played the crap out of that game when I first had it. When I had my Nintendo 64, I only owned 3 games. Yep, 3 games. That was the Donkey Kong 64, which this was actually the bundle pack, so it came in with that game. And this car game, like, I don't remember this racing car game. It's just, I don't know, one that my parents got it for me when I got the 64, and well, the Pokemon Stadium 2. For me to play other games, I would go to Blockbuster and rent them. Like, one that I rented the most was Pokemon Puzzle League. Remember that? Like, I remember playing that and I thought it was a really fun game, but unfortunately because I rented the game, I never played it to the end. Like, I have no idea how that game ends, and if I ever have an opportunity to play it again, I would. Another one that I rented the most was Pokemon Snap, which that was actually a fun game, and I did play the new one for the Switch, but unfortunately, I, just returned it. Like, Moving on to the next generation of gaming, I was able to get the Game Boy SP, and the first game I played on that was Pokemon Ruby, and I actually had a chance to play Sapphire 2, and I played those 2 games, and I did eventually bought the Emerald game, which, playing those games was amazing, and it felt good to finally be able to play the newer Pokemon games because of how I missed out on the other ones. But never say never, I seized the opportunity to play Pokemon Fire Red, which, that was such a good experience, like playing that game religiously. But I felt like I never really got to finish the game, even though I beat the Elite Four. But what happens, like, after the game? Like, I remember there was the whole Johto thing, and I heard that you're able to get, like, the Johto starters, Chikorita, Totodile, Cyndaquil, which I never did. Like, I never caught all 150 Pokemon, nor did I ever got to the part where I get to catch Mewtwo, which, damn. Adding on to this generation of gaming, my 64 evolved into the GameCube, which the only Pokemon game I played on that was Pokemon Coliseum, and I remember playing that game, and to me I find it pretty interesting. Like, lately I've been seeing videos about this game saying that it's the most hardest Pokemon game. Like, yeah, I do remember like how hard that game was, and I'm actually like sure I was too young to understand like the ambitious of this game. Like, some fans are calling it that the game was ahead of its time, and yeah, I do agree that it took a much more darker turn in the Pokemon world. And I think I remember in the little booklet of the game saying that the main character Wes, which I think that was his name, like I remember naming him that, but that he was not Ash Ketchum, which, damn, like, I was very impressed, like, to learn all about the stuff about this game, like, that young me didn't, like, understood at the time, and if I ever had an opportunity to play that game, I will. Unfortunately, I did not play the next game, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Like, I remember seeing trailers of it, but unfortunately, I just never did. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's not that the game was expensive, like, I don't know, I just never did. Moving on to the next generation is the Nintendo DS era, which I unfortunately never owned a DS. Like, I don't know, I guess like my parents were upset that I kept losing my Game Boy, and it's like, oh, what, buy you another one so you could just lose it? And in this era, we had the Pokemon, Pearl and Diamond, which I did actually got to play those games. Like, I'm not saying I got a DS, but my little sister actually got one, and I would like take it from her to play the game. Like, to me, those games were really fun, and I feel like it took things to another level, and that was what made them very fun to play. As I mentioned that we get another chance in life, well, we did get a remastered of Gold and Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I unfortunately did not get a chance to play those games. Like, I actually had a cousin that had one of those, but I never had a chance to play it. Like, I mean, sure, he will let me look at the game, but I just never had a chance to, like, play those games, like, from start to finish, which, damn, I just have the shittiest luck. Adding on to this generation of gaming, well, I did have a Nintendo Wii, and I did play Pokemon Battle Resolution, but that game was just a little bit boring. Like, it was just, like, boring. Like, I know it's just, battle, but I didn't find, like, a lot of this game that interesting, and I mean, sure, I thought the graphics and the effects were cool, but I was not really that impressed with this game. I think they should have done another thing like they did with Coliseum. As I mentioned that I didn't own a Nintendo DS, moving on to the next game would be Black and White, and my sister on her DS, she actually did have Black, and I would actually take it from her and play the game. But that's the thing. That was the end of my Pokemon gaming era. Yep, it stopped here. Anything after that, like all the remastered stuff, like a Ruby and Sapphire, and basically any Pokemon game after that, like Sword and Shield, X and Y, I didn't play any of those. Like, I unfortunately never played those. I didn't even play Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. I've never played those Pokemon games. And with these new Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, this will be, I would say, really coming back to playing the Pokemon games. Like, even though I just said I played the Snap, I feel like it's not the same. And I have not made any attempt to play the Sword and Shield that's on the Switch, which maybe I will one day, but I don't know. Like, but for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I would say this is really me coming back to the Pokemon games, and I'm really excited to see how these things turn out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other remasters they're gonna do. Like, maybe they should do another version of Pokemon Coliseum, or anything really like that, and I'm like really gonna look forward to seeing what they're gonna do. Well, thank you for tuning in, recorders. Please hit that subscribe button, comment down below, give me a like, and remember, I'm on Cameo if you like a special shout out from me, and catch you next time!